Good evening. Welcome to Lounge 1879. My name's Nico. I'm the first team captain. As you can see, it's not my usual co-star. It's a special guest. Just in time for the Tint Whistle game of our new signing Tom Pugh. Nighty is feeling a bit under the weather tonight, and he just needs his rest ready for the big game tomorrow. So last week at Dinton. We had a bit of a mixed week really. So Saturday full of joy, and then Sunday just decided to be British again.
Yeah, shocking.
Shocking. Where we looked at their team, speaking to them, and it looked quite promising for us. And unfortunately now we're going to have to make a nice trip.
Lovely trip to Sheffield ways.
Yeah, about an hour away. But we'll start with Saturday, where we travelled to Hazel Grove. It was a bit of a weird one. So it was a toss that I didn't really know whether I wanted to win or lose. So
yeah, definitely.
I kind of just accidentally lost it. Yeah, and he could just have what he wanted really. So they chose to bowl first, which I was probably thinking at Hazel Grove that's what you'd do regardless. So, and consulting a few people, we just thought it probably wasn't going to get any better. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it was a soft grassy wicket.
It was.
So me and Tom opened up, got off to not the best start, where I decided to run myself out after 200 runs the week before.
Yeah, slightly panic stations for us in the dressing room. Although, be it without the direct hit, you might have been safe.
Yeah, it wasn't the best all-round display of cricket, shall we say. So lucky he just clawed it back in at extra cover, and then he'll admit it himself, Simon. It was a pony throw.
Yeah.
It was just a wing and just hope it went.
Keeper was in no man's land. It was. Yeah, it needed to be the direct hit.
Had to pull out the dive, which sent earthquake around but fell short of the ground, which is not too much of a surprise, being a big lad and turning like a fucking bus.
Yes.
But we had the resilient Wall in Thomas George.
Yes.
He decided he wanted to have a bat all day. I do apologise as well because the scorecard's still not finalised.
Which he likes to do for us, doesn't he?
Yes. So Tom's my, how do you call it? So Tom's like the polar opposite to me, and we kind of complement each other in that way.
Definitely.
So, where Tom has batted 112 balls for 46 runs. Where
done a great job.
I've batted for 112 balls, so it's significantly different.
Yes.
But that's what we need as well. We need to be chung and chong into it.
Yeah.
Alfie came and went, which was a bit disappointing. If anyone's noticed, Alfie's captain at the moment because I'm not allowed to facilitate a captaincy role. So I've got my DBS back. Jacob came up from the twos, in fine form. He probably the nicest shot of the day.
He did.
No reward.
Definitely, yes. And he was facing Dominic and Colm, which obviously everyone knows take a lot of wickets. But yeah, a lot of plays and misses, but at first, but that's to be expected with him coming up.
He's not getting that in second team.
No.
So, without adjustment, but he hit Colm for probably the sweetest cover drive
Lovely shot,
in a while, and due to it being wet and long grass, he got two for it. Bit annoying.
Bit injustice.
All round, I think it would have been. It's cruised away for 4, like it's straight along the carpet.
But he did a job, and he got double figures, didn't he? Yeah. So
very patient is Jacob, and obviously his time is going to be showing with Cheshire, and he'll only get better, which we'll assume. But
definitely one for the future, and the immediate future.
Yeah, the immediate future. You're looking next year, maybe the year above, seeing how we go. And then followed by Mr. Lithgow, who
Again, quite patient.
Yeah,
again.
He's a weird mind, and you just don't unfazed Mr. Lithgow, but snipped off quite cheaply in his opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he would have thought the hard yards was done.
Yeah.
Getting into, what was it, teens-ish? Off
about 15.
Yeah,
15
so
off 33.
Yeah, so you'd like to say you're in as about around them, wouldn't you? So yeah, but again, with the score, it chips in to get us to where we are.
And then a late burst from Riley.
Yes.
25 or 35 balls, which we inherently needed, which we scraped together 137 in just under the 45 over mark, which from 56 for 4 is not great, but not terrible.
Yeah, it's one of them, you don't feel super satisfied with the runs you've got, but when you hear a few of their speckies saying that 150 is very hard to get, then you know that you're in a game.
Yeah, they'd have took that at the halfway break, and it was never over there until the flat lady sings, which is quite a cliche, but it is weirdly bowler friendly in this.
Yes. And given what they'd done to us the week before, we needed to be.
We needed to kick up the arse, which obviously the batting performance didn't give that, so we had to go out with everything we had.
Yes.
Which, if you look at the second over of their innings, didn't look like it was going to be possible with me throwing 2 half volleys. Well, not even half volleys; they were worse than half volleys. 2 short.
Looseness. We'll call them looseness.
Yeah. Then after them, he decided to leave.
Yes, it's a middle stump ball, and looked quite puzzled as to being given out.
Yes, young Charles Higson smashed me for 2 fours, and then decided to do the ever leave, which to a spinner's pretty risky. Especially
when you was turning it quite a lot as well. Let's say.
And then quickly followed next over by his mate.
Yes.
Who just knew straight away, as soon as it hit his pad, just hit the floor, didn't it?
Yes. So it was a good start from yourself, really.
Yeah. Took the first 3 wickets, which I don't really go too much on about. It's not what I do as a cricketer. But Riley, it was up and down for him, really. He wasn't really getting any reward for the purchase it was giving him and the effort he was trying to put in.
Yeah.
What did he bowl 3? Did he bowl 3 or 4 in his first?
Yeah.
Not a lot, but it wasn't troubling.
It wasn't like we didn't feel on the edge of your seat like we have with a few games with him. It was a bit more subdued, let's say.
So then, happily, I chucked you the ball.
Yes, as has been happening a lot. The first change, it's been good, but finally,
the reward has happened. You bowled very well, to be fair, mate. Obviously, the thorn in our side came in at number 4 for him this week in the cup, and as we know, he's patient. He waits for his ball, but
good batter, isn't he?
You didn't give him any time to kind of settle, and me as well. He wasn't liking it. It was a hard spin. It was spinning.
Yeah, I don't think it's nice to come in to facing left arm spin and right arm off spin first straight away.
Where did he come in there? 3 for 20. No, he would have come at 2 for 17. So early on in the day after 4, in the 4th over. So he would have been earlier than he wanted to be, but he still batted for 28 balls, which is not like him as well, to be so far behind his own run rate. And
yeah, he didn't look settled, did he?
No.
And he kind of played, I mean, you'd like to take the credit as a bowler, but he kind of played around a straight one a little bit, I think.
Was it your angle, though? You usually come round.
Maybe going over the wicket, quicker ball, a bit flatter. Seemed to be a bit off with it, and it bowled him. I'm not going to take too much credit and say it was a world, because it wasn't.
You rocked back off stump, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a decent note.
But like anything, if you bowl at the stumps, you're going to get some.
Exactly. Like 90 says, just bowl straight, like he likes to tell us.
Yeah. And then what would you consume that other dangerous batsman at number 5, Simon Evans?
Yeah.
Wily. Not wily. He's very gritty, and he works for his runs early on. But I don't think me and you let him settle. He
played a few
tough
rash
time,
shots, didn't he? He could have been out a bit earlier. I think he played a few rash shots.
Yeah, he's without kind of giving what he does to me away. He likes to play quite early on to it, which is perfect for me, spinning it across him. But then, was it a faster ball again?
No, it was just a spin. I think he charged me, if I remember. Memory serves me right. I think he charged me and missed it. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it kind of just started to fall for him. So, 45 for 8.
Yes.
In just under 20 overs. So at the halfway point, the out of kind of touching distance there.
But we made hard work.
We made hard work at the end, didn't we? But
yeah.
54 for 9, and then
you were bowled out at that point, weren't you?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We'll talk about. Yeah. I just kind of I took Liverpool off the gas after taking the 5 for just so. Obviously, it's a massive thing to take 5 wickets. So to give you that was like would have been more of an achievement for me than me to get 6.
Yeah.
So, because obviously 6 means the same as 5, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going after the glory in that respect. But
we won't mention Ollie Maltby dropping the catch.
It was probably the easiest catch of the season.
Yeah. And he had 3 goals at it.
Half hit.
Yeah. Didn't.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Go very high.
He'll beat himself up by his own standards, Ollie.
Definitely.
And obviously, we don't need to beat him into the pool, but
no, he's a good lad. Ollie, we like him.
Yeah.
Just let him know once, and we can move on.
Exactly. Yeah. He paid his fine for that.
He did. Yes.
It was £1 because it would have been £1 fine for everybody else.
Yes.
For people getting fined for so.
But we won. So
we won.
Yeah.
We won in the end by quite a substantial total.
Well, it is,
runs, taking 17 points just because of them getting all the wickets and not enough batting points, which is obviously a disappointment. So if we got another 13 runs, we'd have got 18 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pick of the bowlers obviously be me and you. Me 12 overs, 5 for 21. And you 4 for 31 off 12. Very well bowled.
So we can't complain with that.
No. Bowled them out in just over 30 overs as well. So probably longer than we wanted to be out there as well after being so far short of the 20. But we'll move on. Second team hosted High Lane at home live on Frogbox. YouTube highlights are available. I've not managed to click much down, but looking at it now, the ever-present Riley Knight. 60 again.
Back to back.
He is the second leading run scorer in the club. It's just merely down to my 150, so Riley, you have batted a lot better than me over the long term of the season. But 218 runs I think Riley's on at the moment. And
which is very good.
That's a majority in the second team where he's got 250s and a high 40, well, just in the 40 not out. So
it's got to be up there in the second team batting averages, surely.
Yeah, he'd be averaging a bit.
Batting well.
61 off 91, being very patient, opening the bat, taking the responsibility very well. Which his dad will be proud of because that's what he's kind of spoke to his dad about recently. So yeah, he's doing well. Wood is able to support him as well. But as he said to me, he has unfortunately lost his mate, which is Jacob, for that week. So he's not out of his thing. He's batted in 10 games, but that includes
his junior cricket.
And a couple of first team games in the club where he's not going to have done a great amount. But credit to him.
Yeah.
He's doing very, very well. And second team are still
unbeaten. Is that? Yeah. Going very well.
Last week, where we was because of the school holidays and it being a bank holiday weekend, we was quite short.
Yep.
Jimmy Townley having to play, and they scraped 122 at home, which without Glenn, without Finlay, Charlie Clark because he was at Wembley. Obviously, you had the United and City game as well, so we're missing quite a lot of people. 122 would have been disappointing and underwhelming.
Definitely.
However, this second team at the moment seems to have a way of winning games.
Yes, they don't like to get beat.
75 from Highlands captain of 101 balls. Not really supported by anybody other than extras. And Darren, with the hard work he's putting over the winter, every net's pretty much trying his heart out.
He just runs in, doesn't he, all night long? He does.
5 to 23 off his 10.
Well deserved, Darren, and well bowled, definitely.
Ruben, brilliant young player. Alex Matthews opened the ball and 1 for 26 off 10. Dan Harwick 2 for 23. Riley, expensive, but Riley's a young off spinner, and it's gonna be a punishment sometimes.
You will have tough days, me and you know that, don't we?
Oh yeah, you can get taken to the pin, especially at a young age, because you don't really know how to get yourself out of it.
Exactly.
Where, like me and yourself, we know we have a different ball that will get us out of a bit of trouble or put a bit of pressure back on.
Definitely.
But yeah, ended up bowling Highland out for 120. So a minus 2 victory, which is brilliant, a testament to them. We're very well done. So we'll move on to the first game of Sunday, which was supposed to be the under-11s.
Okay.
But
I'm going to presume that
British
was
weather came.
Yeah. Yes,
came back and decided that it was too much to play any cricket in the morning.
Yes, it was not. After the lovely Saturday evening at Hazel Grove, having a few beers, it swiftly changed.
Yes, I think overnight was very poor, and obviously them starting at 10 o'clock, there's no room for any sort of error in that. So, unfortunately, the points shared, which under 11s are also unbeaten, Tom, I don't think you know. So, they got an extremely young side, captained by Finn, who's only 9.
9, yeah.
Which is unbelievable at that. And then there would have been 2 senior games. Unfortunately, New Mills cancelled on Saturday morning, saying the ground would never have been fit.
Okay. Did they not play on the Saturday either?
They're the only game not to play on Saturday. I think it was the second team though. So
right. Okay.
They're the only game not to play on Saturday just because of the fitness of the pitch. I don't know if it's due to like moss still being out there, nobody getting on to scarify it. But we welcomed into the Village Cup semi-final, Holmesfield.
Yeah.
Looking at them, it looked a bit of a mixture. Their captain was a bit and ahhing about whether they compete, but they were quite frustrating for the 7.3 overs we played.
Yes, it
2
wasn't.
youngsters opened the batting. One was technically gifted. One was a little bit of an annoyance, especially as I took the bowling again.
Yeah.
And going for 15 off my 3. Hillsy 10 off 4, and then you came on for me, didn't you? And
for 3 balls, and got hit for 4.
And got hit for a 4.
Yes.
Probably not the technically best performance we give, but
no,
might be a blessing in disguise that we probably just need a little bit of a break away from it. I mean, it's unprecedented. I don't think I've ever played every weekend, twice a week.
No.
In 1 month. I don't
I've
think
never
I've ever done that before in my life. So
definitely not at the start of the season.
That's only a testament to what we're doing. Obviously, we're going to lose the Bisman Cup every other week, but this Village Cup, we are in the regional semi-finals. So I'm pretty sure we will play last year's second round opponents, which is South Winfield, who are a very good side, and in the regional final if we get through Holmesfield on Sunday. So we've really got to book ourselves up. But if we get through that, I've looked at the pathway. We will play the regional. Well, we'll play the knockouts at home first.
Okay, that's good.
So
yeah.
we've had quite a look of a draw with some of the fixtures.
We've done all right, haven't we?
We'll see where this takes us. It looks quite small ground after Matt Cohen decided to
Send us some
venture
pictures.
over.
Yeah.
Decided to go because he was bored on a Monday. I think it was a bit random. But we take one game at a time, and we've got to go and beat them now. I've got a relatively strong side out too. Got Jacob and Ryan playing.
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw a glimpse of what they had, but we wasn't really at the races. We need to be fully on the ball Sunday, don't we?
Yeah, so we'll plug that a little bit later as well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was just the theme of the week. From Sunday.
Rain.
Decided to rain and rain and rain. Ladies called off because of rain. Under 15s called off because of rain. So
not having much luck at the moment. No. The midweek cricket, is it? It seems to have a habit of raining a lot.
The only game we've got on this week was Dinton. The under-19s playing their last league. Well, the official pool game they call it.
Yes.
100 format. It's really special.
It's a strange format, isn't it?
Yeah, 8-a-side, 100 balls against Tynwhistle. So we were playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Dinton batted first, which is not a surprise after Tynwhistle won the toss.
No.
And they're making 117 off 100 balls.
Which I'd say is quite a respectful score there, really.
Especially with the outfield being the way it is, which they'll take on that. It's not where they want to be yet because of the rain as well. They have got the outfield mower fixed. But Ollie Maltby.
Again.
50.
Yeah. He's flying.
50 in a row.
Yeah. Doing well.
Brings them runs into first team with a bit of arrogance, which is good.
Yes.
Alex Matthews opened the batting with him, which is a surprise from Captain Alfie Joy. And then I think it's Alfie's cousin, Dan Jones. He plays for Greenfield. First, I think he's like in and out of the first team, but he's played 2 games and he's got like 80 runs, so he's a capable player, quite patient, and then so to finish 117 off 100 balls, I think is pretty respectable.
It is, yeah.
They've not got a bad side. Like Harvey Pearson plays for them, coming back in. George Hargreaves.
Well, I don't think there's been many scores over 100 on a Saturday. There in 45 overs. So
I don't think there's any scores over.
So that to do it in 100 balls it's a good score
there. Yeah. I touched on the post. I don't know if you saw it. Harvey Pearson batting all the way through for a runner ball 43, which is we know Harvey's at Hyde now.
Yeah.
Playing with his mate and
patient.
He's a very patient player. And probably one that Tynwhistle have been upset about losing, but tie bowling. It's hard in 100 format, especially when you've only got 6 fielders around you.
Yeah. Did Alex bowl well by all accounts? Alex Matthews?
Alex Matthews bowled 15 balls, 1 of which was 5 dot balls.
Yeah.
2 for 10.
Brilliant.
Which is very good. Obviously, him and Dan Jones, it looks like in the middle overs, they bowled 35 balls for just 23 runs. So take that. Obviously, if you're averaging up under a runner ball, you're going to be very happy. Alfie coming on and spoiling that record for them for 20 balls for 21 runs. Yeah, so
well bowled, Alfie.
Nice one, Alfie. Yeah. But in the end, a comprehensive win, 30 runs. Bowling Tynwhistle out for just 88 in 90 balls by looking at it.
Dark horses, maybe the 19s.
Yeah, so they win the pool and they're off to finals day, which is an implication because it is Brisbane Cup semi-final day, and also a game in the Village Cup.
Oh right, okay.
So how they'll prioritise it.
A lot of cricket that day.
Well, they won't
They
be
won't
playing
be, no.
in the Village Cup if they get their house, so we want them to go out and win their respective AFP.
Yes.
So we just hope they don't rinse all our players away, because we will need some other ones.
We will.
And Riley and Jacob will play for them as well. So make sure everybody else is available.
There'll be a lot of running for ourselves then, because I like to send the young lads running for the ball.
I like to hide away from them, don't
Yes, definitely.
So that is in the week short, just because of weather. We'll move on to the next section. Day. So
yes,
as we mentioned before, we host our good friends Tidworth Sultan.
Yes.
Both our farm clubs, as you
Correct.
know, you're more recently than me. I've been here for just my third season now. You just joining this year.
Yes, I'm a baby.
We're both 3 from 4.
Yes, it's going to be a tasty one.
We've got Farmer Players Day here, so we're expecting a nice little crowd to give us a bit of support.
Yeah.
I don't make assumptions or predictions about this. We've just got to turn up and we've got to do what we can do. We've got a strongish side back.
Yep.
Obviously, unfortunately, on Sunday we was told that we lost our overseas player, which is it's very unfortunate, but family comes first, and Australia is over 10,000 miles away, and I completely understand. So from me, from everybody here, just we wish you well, Riley. It's
yes,
nothing,
definitely.
We don't hold anything against you. Just get yourself well, and then hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah.
But with that news, it's give us the opportunity to sign somebody else just due to the unforeseen circumstances of that situation. So signed a big man.
Yes, you've done well, haven't you? You've been busy.
I couldn't let it rest. It not annoyed me. It upset me because we lost a good bowler, and I didn't want it to.
And we planned very well this year. You did good.
Derail what I've kind of brought in. We know we had a seam bowler short, and that's the overseas target. So I didn't waste any time, and the next working day, we'll call it, I confirmed a big man.
Yes, a very big man. A big man who likes the ball fast.
6'5" West Indian, who's unfortunately not coming soon enough because he's going to go and blow some heads off at the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to have had him on Saturday, but we will wait, and I'm sure he'll be worth the wait. He looks it.
Arriving on the 2nd of June, so apologies to Charles Worth in the 2020.
Yes.
He's going to come and see what you're about.
I've got a funny feeling, even though he's a bowler, he may hit one of those pink balls really far. So yeah, we'll see that. But I don't think he's going to block the ball.
No,
I think he'll fit in quite well.
I got a reference. It wasn't much of a reference. I just asked one of his latest English club. So he's been here for the last 2 years.
Okay.
To be fair, so I asked his latest English club for a bit of a reference about him. Is he all right, lad? And what's he like cricketing wise? And he said very professional. Gets on with it. He said, by all accounts, he likes a lot of beer and whiskey.
Well, I'm sure he'll be 90s, pal. Yeah, I'm sure him and 90 will have many a chat.
There was a quote from him, and they did say he can whack it.
I can imagine he can, yes.
But at his stature, because he's big as well.
Yeah, he's not just 6'5" and like he's not just 6'5" and like a pencil. Yeah. He is 6'5" and very large built.
But yeah,
exciting times.
Yeah, we'll introduce him a little bit more throughout the thing. I kind of put a teaser video out as well from him, but
just to get everyone else talking.
We just wanted, well, it's got a lot of people talking. Yes. We're not gonna think it, but we're not there to cause drama. We've got league approval, and it is what it is. It's nothing against the rules. We was hurt by it.
I'm sure other clubs would do the same if they lost their overseas in such early circumstances. So you've acted promptly. You've done everything right, and
I got a good reaction off Dan Gilbride.
Okay.
So he saw it on. I shared it on my story on Instagram, and he just thought, "Ooh, he's a big boy."
Yeah. I'm sure Dan will be looking forward to facing him.
Yeah. I hope he. Obviously, nobody knows what he's like, but I hope he comes in and absolutely smashes it, loves it here.
Yeah.
And I might have already worded in about a multi-year stay. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
No pressure on you, Daniel.
Yeah.
We wish you the best when you come over, and hopefully have a lovely time bowling at some professional cricketers for us.
Yes.
And then second team travel about 5 miles. They're going to Charlesworth. They're going to Charlesworth, hopefully to maintain
their superior form.
The best form in the world. An extremely strong side. Welcoming back Glenn. Glenn is just a monster when he wants to be, but having both Riley Jacob and that into the fold is only going to help them tenfold. So that should be. I don't know what Charles is like, but I'm hoping it's going to be a good game for our second team.
Yeah, let's hope they continue.
Right, we'll move on to Sunday. First game of that is always under 11s at 10 o'clock in the morning. They play Broadbottom away. Hopefully Finn and the boys carry it on. Looking the same sort of form. But I think it should be a good game there. Obviously, the pitch doesn't really matter there because they play on the small ground anyway. Yeah. But good luck to the boys there, Finn and the team. 11 hosting Chapel. Quite a young side. It's been released now. Quite a young side. A few older non-players, so it's more like a friendly 11 as we anticipated. But kind of credit to Chapel for giving a bit of a pre-warning that they did have a solid side if they were to play.
Lads want a game of cricket.
That's been confirmed that they just want to play cricket, so it'll only help the juniors as it is. So yeah, that'll be live on Frogbox, which I'm going to have to come up at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to set up.
7 days a week.
Or else I'm going to have to show someone how to do it, and I don't trust them with such equipment. So, that's the work that goes in behind the box. And then we make our way.
Yeah, so you've got a nice morning. Busy morning.
Hopefully, we have Woodhead Pass or Snake Pass clear, and we can get over there without a hitch. Despite obviously it rained last week, but it is what it is. Especially after such a big night.
Yes.
Day and night today. As you can see, we've had wardrobe change due to microphones malfunctioning.
Yes.
So
I've slept.
We're now on Saturday morning from Friday evening.
We've been here all night.
Yeah, we've just been sleeping here, crying. We've got former players' day, so it's going to be a big day at the club. And then there's also the small matter of a Champions League final.
There is, yes.
So hopefully there's not too many heavy heads on this travel, and they take it a little bit serious.
Yeah, we need to make sure we're not having too many beers.
No, we can't promise anything for 90.
No.
Which
it'd probably be worse if he didn't have so much beer, so we'll let him off
exactly. That. So that's Sunday. We move through under 13s A. So I don't know if you know, we do have under 13s A and B. They play New Mills at home, and then an ever-present Tintwistle at the moment host under 13s B. So under 19s played them. I think under 15s were due to play them last week as well. So
a lot of fixtures.
There's a lot of fixtures, obviously with it being so local. Ladies go to the experienced Mottram CC ladies team on Wednesday. It's saying 8:30 start, but that seems a little bit late for me. But
maybe
I think it's usually 15:15 because they only play 16 overs.
Yeah.
Of hard softball cricket.
Yes.
So that should be a good game, and good luck to the ladies. Hopefully, get back on the winning ways after cancellation. And then Wednesday, under 15s A travel to Marple. As we said, I don't know if that is the comp still kind of merge or it's just because they don't want to be travelling around Cheshire to play at 6 o'clock. I don't think I could be getting around around Cheshire for after work. So it's a good little idea from them, and hopefully, or even if it's just a little bit of extra cricket, it's always good to see.
Definitely.
And then under 15s B, Touchwood have a team. I wasn't party to selection last night, but they welcome Old Gossip up here at Simonley, so a nice little local game for them again.
Another local rival game.
Again, under 15s B is pretty much the under 13s, so it's it's usually quite inexperienced. And then we welcome the pink ball back on Thursday.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Getting your first taste of the blue of Dinton.
Yes, where I got my kit. Got
What
my
number? What number do you got?
12.
Number 12.
Yeah, wanted number 4, but it was taken. Not sure.
Big Glenn.
Well, can't argue with that.
No, but I also don't think he's going to play. So if you want fighting for his jersey,
yeah.
I wear 20 for my weight. No, it's snug as well. Unfortunately, it is. It makes.
I am looking forward to it. Who do we start against?
Hayfield. So I don't know what kind of teams they get out midweek. I'm sure, like the likes of Gaz Davis and stuff won't be around because they work in Manchester and Sale and stuff like that. So it might be tough for them unless they are. But that's scheduled for an 8:15 start.
Okay.
Usually a tougher game if with the sun in this area. So, but going to be a good pitch like anything here. An interview with you, find out a little bit about you, where you've come from, how you kind of made your way towards Dinton. So, how did it all start for you, basically?
Cricket career started at a young age at Duckingfield. Started off like you do, like in the winter nets and stuff at Astley School, and started playing with Jake Fenton, Alex Licence Finan. All of us come through about the same time. Started, so junior career was there. I had a lot of success with them as well, won cups and leagues, and yeah, it was good. Played with my cousin Ben as well. So that was up until about the age of 19, and then we had 6 months in Australia, which was good, in Melbourne. Enjoyed it. Didn't probably go as I wanted, but less said about that the better. And then we had a big break from cricket until I joined yourself and Tintwistle, which would have been 2018, I think we.
Yeah, we said 2018 in the end. So I think we got relegated. It might have been 2017. I think we got relegated in. No, because I only went to Tintwistle in 2016. So
can't have been earlier than 18, I don't think, because I was working away in 2017.
Yeah, I don't think it can be.
So I don't think it would have. It would have been either 18 and 19. I'm sure Play Cricket says it was 19, but look,
it might have been. Yeah, it could
so been. Yeah, 4 years at Tintwistle.
Up and down at which?
Yeah, fifth. Yeah, sometimes good memories.
Yeah,
bad memories. Not real consistency there in the cricket. I think the team as well as personal form. Can win 5, then lose 5. Like certainly how it went last season.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, some good lads there. Kez, Maney, still friends with, still have a chat to.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then at the end of last year, it was decided that myself and the club would part ways, and I was obviously on the market, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a chat with yourself, and it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. You and 90, and here we are. Not look back, loving it. So a good move all round, I think. With very early days, still a lot more to come.
That'll move me on to my next point, really. So first impressions of the club. You've been here for you've been in and around the summer of cricket for 6 weeks now. What's your
Great. I mean, like, lads have been welcoming. Everything's good. Pitch is brilliant to play on. Facilities is definitely what you get an improvement. That's no disrespect to Tintwistle. Just definitely the pitch is more suiting if you want to bat.
More true, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, love that. Obviously, you've got Jimmy in coaching and stuff. I think the vibe's really good in the dressing room. Obviously, we've only lost a couple of games, including the Bissenden, which was, we shouldn't really have lost that one.
No.
So yeah, no, positive. Looking for top 3 finish, push for the league, and see how we can do in the National Cup as well, because we're off to a flyer in that.
Yeah, models. Where did they come from in terms of early start? Maybe as you work your way through. What's your?
I mean, obviously, like Martin Vidler was a big one because he was the junior quarter and he made it fun, fun cricket. So that got me hooked at an early age.
Okay.
And then, like I said, touched on, but playing under Maney, because he gave me the chance to be that junior that went straight into the fire, if you like, of the first team and getting the overs and batting at number 6 or 7. So yeah, definitely he played a part for me. I'm not giving him too much credit because we'll be playing against him in a few hours. But yeah, no, definitely him and Martin were big. And obviously, like little things like your dad gets you into it and stuff like that. But like I said, he'd rather have me on a golf course, and that wasn't for me. Too much.
Favourite in cricket in memory? What's the standout moment for you that's kind of made you say, yeah, I'm glad I've played cricket?
There's probably 2. There's one from junior cricket, which was beating Stretford in the under-17s cup final. In a 40-over game, they posted 240 at Ducky, which is massive, really, because Ducky isn't renowned for being an high-scoring ground. And at half-time, we kind of felt like it was lost. And then me, yourself, and Michael got 50 retired, and Jake coming and got 50, Alex licensed. So yeah, to win that against, like, they had Lancashire players, Callum Turner, Brad Holmes at the time, that was, good. So that was massive to win that in front of a packed house at Ducky, especially chasing that bigger score. And then probably Australia from a more of a senior aspect, because that's like the pinnacle, isn't it, really? You want to try and go and play somewhere else in the world. So yeah, even though it didn't pan out, you can still say you did it. So I'd say they're the 2,
still a lot of commitment. Yeah, it's very good. We won't touch on too much of expectations of Dinton, but with you, we're all here to win, and obviously the disappointment of the Bissenden.
Yeah.
What's your kind of expectations of where you want to see us to kind of hit this season? Is it an expectation, or is it a...
Yeah, no, I mean, when I first signed, myself and yourself, we had conversations about obviously being ambitious, and then I think when we secured Jimmy as well, that gave us more belief, and obviously Riley at the time, which, we won't go into too much detail, but it looked on paper, which is very easy to speak about cricket on paper, but we looked to have a great side, and obviously the win early on against Ayfield gave us a bit of belief, and I don't think we haven't even really clicked yet. I'd say. I don't think we've fully fired yet. So to have respectively won 3 or 4 league games. Yeah, the Bissenden's a massive disappointment because me and yourself really wanted to get our hands on that.
Yeah.
But I think top 3 finish is definitely on the cards. Push Doven, Old Glossop all the way. That's my look on it from what we should do, and see where we can get in this national knockout as well, and the T20. T20, we've got to be up there for being favourites because we've got 3-4 spinners. And we've got lads that can hit the ball a long way.
Yeah,
I think 2020 we've got to look at now, probably more so now we're out of the Bissenden. But the national knockout, look, we're not saying we're going to go to Lords and win it. There's loads of good cricket teams, but you play cricket to dream, don't you? So let's dream big.
So that's a bit about Pewey. If you want to find any more out, he's going to be here pretty much every game this season.
Yeah.
So today will be a good one. Whilst the former players are here, you get to see old Dinton faces and hopefully some new friends around as well. So, thanks for that, Thomas. We'll move on to looking around the league. So, this is where we just have a look at the first division, really, because at present it's on. Me and Nighty really know a lot about it, having played in it for 14, so you're looking 17 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Obviously a lot's changed in them 17 years, but we have a good prediction, and I'll show said predictions that me and Nancy put ourselves to last week. We'll start with Old Gossip and Pot Shrigley. We both said Old Gossip, which I don't think you'd be too unforgiving to do, especially after seeing that they posted 256 for 7.
Yeah, it's a good score.
Yeah, it's a good, very good score. It still doesn't matter if it's a smaller ground. You still got to score them. Like we can't say anything when I got 124, didn't you? So,
Yeah, exactly.
Martin McGrail 98 off 91 balls, 17 fours and a 6. Tom Lane 49. That is terrible, by the way.
That's
Thomas.
a big fine, that, Tom. We touched on that on Sunday.
Getting bowled when you should be seeing it like a beach ball. Maybe it's towards the end of the innings, I don't know. Tom Coates, I tell you what, he's got bowled off Tom Coates. He's not quick, but he just hits the same areas over and over again. He's a very tedious bowler. And they will look like they welcome back James Brigford, who's a very good in-swinger. He got 3 wickets. Tatton 1, Tom Coates 2. Simon Rajwar looks like he got a bit of a tap.
I don't think his bowling's quite anywhere near the level of his batting, is it, really? He's feared for his batting around the league. I wouldn't say he is for his bowling.
And that's what we've kind of said in the... Well, we said it on podcast last week, unfortunately, it's filmed in 4K, so we couldn't edit it down in time. It depends what Simon you get. If he goes out and blasts something, you've got something good in and around that. So he did get 30 off 25 balls, but if he bats any sort of time there at Old Gossip, he's
it's like we touched on, similar to yourself, destructive batter. If you bat any length of time, i.e. 50, 60 balls, you would expect to not be far off 3 figures.
No. The unfortunate thing for Pop, they didn't bat. They just batted over the half. 122.
Yeah, it's going to struggle, aren't you? I mean, look, when they posted 256, I don't think there would have been many in that dressing room believing that they was going to chase it, if I'm honest.
No. So 20 points for Old Gossip. They are 3 from 4. I think they lost to Dovels the week previously. But we move on. Tintwistle versus Newton. We both went home win. Understandable. But again, it would have been whoever.
Toss is massive there, isn't it? Toss is massive at Tintwistle.
And unsurprisingly, Tintwistle won that and decided to bowl.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did exactly the same today at all. They like to do what they feel comfortable at, which is bowling.
Yeah.
And good on them. They're a good bowling unit.
Yeah. Looks like little to no scores, really, which, as you can see, assuming a 75 all-out performance, it wasn't going to be anything of substance. I do believe Callum Williams, in his 10, hit probably the most informed bowler in the league for the biggest 6.
Yeah, I believe it landed in Manor Park. I believe it was a big strike. It's a clean ball, Callum. He's done it to many a player, so... Yeah, but ultimately...
So 1-6 in his 10.
Yeah.
That is that. And then... is that the new...
Yeah, these are the Afghanistan lads. Yeah.
Both 11 off close to 40 balls. And then Paul Littlewood, 23.
Yeah, tail wagged. Definitely give him a chance. I bet they would have gone in there believing, we can, a few early wickets and we can do something. 23 for 6 or something, was it? Something like that. So,
they were 23 for 6.
Yeah, good recovery.
So they've kind of got themselves into not an undefendable total as you've seen at Tintwistle. So, is it Cameron Barnard? So that's Charlie's little brother.
Yeah.
He decided to have a knock of 1 off 46 balls. So probably just did his job supporting Paul.
Hung around, irritated him, no doubt.
Yeah. So I think it was the ever-present. Weston got 2, Brownie 2, Tom Scott 4, great bowler. Attlee 1, and then that was about it really. They tried sharing it around a bit after that. And we'll go to Tintwistle. So Tintwistle chasing that down in 28.1 overs. So it doesn't sound the easiest of ones, but I heard it's gone from being a 19-point victory with a false shot from their overseas Attlee. Trying to finish it in style.
In style, which, look, by all accounts, he's a good batter and they're looking forward to what he can do on a good deck up here. So, Weston not out, ever present, like you said. A couple of lads obviously probably wanting to get some runs in Carl and Kez. They'll want to get firing, no doubt.
So, Tintwistle 3 from 4 as well, 18-point victory there. Hayfield Stalybridge, we stuck together again, merely for the fact Hayfield at home are a different kind of beast, and
Yes.
they showed it. 273 for 8. Jojo Wyatt 105 not out of 124 balls.
Well battered.
And then Digby coming in later on after the middle order had a bit of a don't know what's happening really.
Go on, Diggers.
42 of 38 balls, 2 4s and 4 6s. So a very good cricketer, very good team. It looks like they had a little bit more back with themselves there.
Yeah, we said they'd be an outfit, didn't we, when they had the players back? So glad we played them early on.
Yeah. Don't know a great deal about Stalybridge, but
no.
James Brady's usually quite present there, isn't he? Dave
Yeah.
Cranmer, nothing to do with Danny Cranmer.
I'm not sure, but it could be. But then again, could just be
a coincidence. Yeah.
Like I said, I know Mark Collins, who usually plays for him, who I played with at Ducky. He was at Wembley. I don't know if any others were, but yeah, it's been a bit of a theme for their season so far. Stalybridge have struggled.
32 wides they bowled.
Yeah, that's never going to help.
No.
Not at Hayfield, especially.
No, but the problem is leg side wides that have just run off away on the short boundaries behind towards the park end. And then, as you probably expected, it doesn't
look
pretty. Top order failed in essence. Only one getting into double figures, Zishan Nazir. And it looks like their overseas had a good day with the ball. 6 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so he gets pretty much all the top 4, and then Diggers comes in.
Didn't think he was all that when he played against us.
He played
Tom George, where he looked quite average, I thought.
Yeah, it was quite up and down pitch as well, weren't it? He didn't really aid him too much, but yeah, look, we knew he could hit his straps. It bowls with a bit of a decent pace. Riley struggled in terms of getting his pace off that first pitch, so I don't think it would have been too much of a reflection on him. But 20 points for Hayfield, 143 run victory. So there's been some cannons this weekend for some unfortunate teams, but it is what it is. So next game we went Broadbottom New Mills. I went Broadbottom, 90 went New Mills, because you didn't know what Broady you're going to get, and you probably didn't know what New Mills could turn up.
Yes.
They unfortunately have this, but whilst you're winning, everyone's going to turn up, and guess what they did?
Yeah, they did.
They went and won. So they won the toss and batted first. Dan Holmes 62 off 92 balls. Jack Hadfield opening up with him, so that looks like it's a good 95 run opening stand. Todd Hamlet in and out really, which is going off his form, was a massive deal for Broady to get him quite quickly, especially at their ground.
Yeah, really dangerous.
But they posted 225 for 8 in the 45 overs. Extras, that's an extra batsman there, which Broadbottom and co won't be happy about. 21 wides. I think it's leg side wise is.
It can be punishing if it's 5.
Some not as consistent bowlers, it punishes them heavily, and that is just unfortunately the case. Broadbottom then took about an innings. You think Aaron Walsh, Chris Pratt's not too useful batsman, so you're going to rely on Walsh, Joe Brubs, Seb.
Yeah.
They didn't have the Gooses who have scored some runs, so that was probably my thinking. If they had,
I mean, look, they can come off. You've seen it with 260 they posted against the Bridge. Joe Broady, got good batting. Aaron on his day is one of the best bats in the league, and I'm sure Joe's up there as well. So if they get firing, you're in for a tough afternoon.
But took a lower order 32 to get him up to 120 in the 30 overs. Seb 36. I think just a bad day at the office and maybe just availability issues, but New Mills 20-point winners and 105 run
And
victors.
it's doing really well, New Mills as well.
So, last but not least, the league leaders, Dovos.
Another drumming.
Well, the Bridge have had some what you can describe as selection issues, haven't they?
Yes.
They've not had a consistent 11 out or key players, and it looks, looking at the batting lineup, it looks exactly the same again, unfortunately for them. Lee Jones returns. But Henry Holden not there. George Holden, Luke Higginbotham, Luke Schofield,
No Jake.
Dale Jones.
No Jake Higginbotham either. I believe he got some runs last night.
Jake Higginbotham. So yeah, he got 69, didn't he, in the T20, which we'll have a little discuss on next week rather than today. Eddie Ford captaining, which I saw Henry here. It looked a lonely place because there's no way you can get yourself out of trouble. But Dove,
especially when he was hitting the ball the way he was, it's not a nice place to be, is it?
Didn't get many fans apparently off what I did, but we needed to do what we needed to do as well.
Yeah.
So no one thinks about us when they're playing cricket. So I'm not going to do the same, and that's just the way it will be. Dan Jones 68, Sean Cartledge 74 off 89, usually a lot slower than that, Eddie. And he'll be self-admitting of that, probably likes to ball the tears off people and bowlers, but he'll do that. Forder, as expected, 32. Dan Gilbride will have come in for a good time. To post 231 for 45 overs, and then, I don't think it's too much of a surprise looking at the team at 40 all out in 20. To be fair, to the last 22 overs is a surprise against that Dove attack as well. So another win for Dove. We'll leave it at that. We don't want to be beating people whilst they're into the floor anyway. So unfortunately, Wetherbridge did lose that again. And show the league table at the moment. Dove's top. At the moment, Dove's top of the pile. Played 5, won 4, cancellation 1, which is the first game of the season where everybody decided to vote against it.
So the only unbeaten side left in the league?
Only unbeaten side at the moment. And then they've got a pack of 5 behind them that have all won 3, lost 1.
Yeah.
Oh, similar on points.
We said it'd be like this year, didn't we? With no Woodley, it'd be a lot closer.
We've just not got not enough batting points, only 16 bowling points. So we're the bottom of said pack. So when we lost against Ogos, we didn't take enough wickets and didn't get enough points there. So we didn't get a good enough.
There's ways of losing, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you can lose,
if you can lose with 7, 8 points, you're going to be a little bit happier. But that's why. So Ogos down to us in 6th place. There's 5 points between us, which is easily overturnable.
So there'll be a lot of changes this week.
A lot of changes with the fixtures this week, and we'll. Have a look at them if you want, Thomas.
Yes, let's have a roll into that.
Next 10 fixtures
Prediction time.
So, yes, you've said that right on cue.
Sorry,
you will be taking.
No,
that's absolutely fine. You kind of you prompted me to say it. So you'll be taking 90's mantle.
Yeah.
It's currently now 1-1 after last week.
No pressure.
So obviously the Broadies let me down.
Yes.
So you've got to either take the victory.
Yes.
For him, or we've got to draw.
Yeah.
And we'll go through it. So first game is Dove versus Hazel Grove at Dove Holes. Close game, I think.
Yes.
It depends. I reckon that's who bowls first.
It is a toughie because naturally you'd think
wet weather.
Go Dove, but we saw Hazel Grove last week. They've got a lot of good bowling, and you could be right. If they win the toss bowl, Dove get less than 100. They might fancy themselves. But on that note, I am going to stick with Dove Holes win.
I'm going to go with a Dove Holes home win, just merely because of the fact they're at home.
Yeah.
I think if they were playing at Hazel Grove,
it
could have been a different situation. But yeah, good luck to both.
Yep.
New Mills, Hayfield at New Mills. It's hard. It is hard, this, because I think Hayfield, like most, if they have the full team, are going to be
But you don't know which one's going to turn up, because New Mills have been good as well.
Yeah.
Hayfield, obviously, now they had the full team. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to see the team sheets on that one.
I think it might be an underprepared wicket with third 11 and their second 11 being cancelled last week, and the amount of rain we've had
Yes.
over the past 5 days before this.
Yeah, it's not stopped, has it?
So
I'm going to go Hayfield, mate. But
I'm going to go Hayfield if they bowl.
With caution.
If they bowl first, which is, I think it's going to be undoubtable they're going to bowl first, they'll have too much bowling.
I think Hayfield just got a bit too much. If they've got Diggers and Harry and Jojo and Gaz, or
Josh
playing Josh, that's what I mean. We've just listed off half a team there, you know.
Russ
So,
can be
exactly.
Russ going to end a game in 10 overs.
So yeah, I'm going Hayfield. I'm not changing my mind. It's locked in.
Right. Yeah, Hayfield, I'll stick with you. Newton versus Broadbottom. This could go any way, I think. And I think, again, it's going to be toss related, especially. It's quite bowler friendly. I don't know if Broadbottom have got any sort of spinner, though, which will be quite friendly up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go Newton, because, I mean, I know Callum Williams is missing today, which
is big.
Made me kind of not want to go Newton as much, but I just think home advantage, like, we've got to win these games, aren't they, around them? They know that. Obviously, they're not saying that they're in relegation trouble, but they've not had a great start. So these games are the ones that you want to win, teams around you. So I think they'll put up a performance today, and I'm going to go for Newton to win that one.
I backed them last week, Brody, and they let me down, but...
You're going to make the same mistake?
I don't know if I'm going to make the same mistake. I'm still thinking about it, because it's so close that because obviously you just don't know who's going to turn up, who's going to do it. But I mean, if they have both of I think they're Afghani as well, the Gooses. If they have them two,
again, it'd be nice to see the team sheets, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good if we knew. But again, I'm just going off that, and now I think Newton know how to play at home, don't they?
Yes.
So Newton for me as well.
All right.
So we'll stick together for now. Pot Shrigley versus Whaley Bridge. At Pot Shrigley, I think...
I'm going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons, and I'm going to go Whaley Bridge away with.
I think if they have the players out today, which we want, they'll certainly give them a challenge.
Yeah, like we've said, we're going to touch on it next week, but Jake got runs last night. Yeah. If Emery's back, like you'd expect, they could easily turn up and turn Pot Shrigley over. So yeah, I'm going to go for Whaley to break the mould so far of their year and get the first win on the board.
I think if Pot have the full bowling lineup and Simon likes the bat there as well, I'm going to go Pot. So I'm going to go against you here. So we've moved away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Pot. Pot at home. And then final game, Stalybridge versus Old Glossop. Look, I don't want... I hate knocking teams into the floor, but I think Old Glossop are going to have too much. Just far too much for them.
Yeah.
This is a gulf in what happens in the batting order and the bowling, where Old Glossop back to 8.
Yeah.
Stalybridge probably back to
6. I think Stalybridge are looking more along the fixtures of your Newtons.
They need to be beating teams around them to stay around.
I think that'll be, like you said, it'd be a bit of a
one-sided.
Let's hope it's not an absolute hiding for them. But yeah, let's hope they're competitive. But I just think Old Glossop win. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think that's absolutely fair. So I think it was like last week, one game different. Hopefully.
Yeah.
90 don't beat you up for making him go 2-1 down.
Yeah, I think he might be a bit
he might also be buying some pints for making him go 2-1 up. So.
He might not be happy with the choice, but we'll see. Time will tell.
So that's that roundup. Then we'll just plug anything else that we've got going on. So today, that's all it is really. We've got the Former Players Day.
Yeah.
Massive event. Champions League final will be spectated at somewhere. I can't obviously watch it here due to the television rights, but we've got Former Players Day, food on, lots of beer probably flowing, new new
And
beer
the
of having Cruz Campo.
Select committee they called? Or?
Yeah, lovely live band.
Yeah.
If you like your rock music and stuff, they play Kinks. I can't remember really.
They've got a big list, haven't they?
They have
They've
a
got a
massive
big list.
It's huge. It goes all the way around the poster work. But
Yeah.
anything rock and indie, they're right up there with you. So should be a good little band, and then we'll do that. As ever, looking for match ball sponsors. First team have got a few left. Second team, loads left. Third team, even more. We've got 4 2020 balls to still go. So £25 a ball.
Yeah.
You're plugged on match day, so if you're a business, you can have an invoice for it, and also you get your logo put onto the team sheets for the week. So, and that's plugged a couple of times as well. So,
and it helps out your local.
And it helps out a local club.
Yeah.
It's how we keep going. It's how we play cricket. We can't play cricket without that new ball.
No.
So, any help's obviously also appreciated. We've got board sponsors that go around. Frog box sponsors, we've got 4 of them still up for grabs. Speak to myself, Dan Carter on 90. We've not really come up with a plan on how we're going to price that, but obviously you're on YouTube on a rolling screen for 7 hours, so at the break you roll through that as well. So yeah, there's loads of opportunities for exposure. And finally, thank you for watching. Again, sorry about last week's episode, but remember, subscribe, like, share between your friends, and hopefully we'll see you all next week happy and cheerful.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining me, Tom.
Cheers.
See you later.
See you in a bit.